Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we are going to be focusing on winter weather, but specifically not Dane. Actually, we'll talk a little bit about Dane and its further effects on the Northeast, but we're going to be talking about this next system, which could become Eartha. Not saying it's definitely going to happen, but it could be. So, if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. But let's move on into the radar, because you can see winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories across multiple spots, and we'll get more into that when we get some winter weather outlooks. But let's go to the radar. So you can see Dane still churning here in the Northeast. Primarily a snow event for areas of eastern Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, but this threat will be shifting toward the north as this low pressure starts to move out here. So Cleveland, you're almost done. Pittsburgh, you're almost done. And we've already seen double-digit snow totals in Ohio from this storm system. So definitely a storm worth naming. Now we do have this low pressure, warm front, and cold front. This will be setting up for our next system. We also have some moisture that's already in effect here in Colorado and New Mexico, but most of the moisture will actually be getting pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico, which is a very common thing we see in the fall and the winter, but at this point it is meteorological winter. But yeah, so let's actually move on to the winter weather outlooks. So let's go back here. Now you can see in the Great Lakes area, you can see that threat really shifting to more lake effect snow. So those 95% chances are both in areas where the winds will be whipping around and you get into the lake effect side of things. So areas near like Watertown, New York, Erie, Pennsylvania, that type of thing. But in the west here we have our next system, and you can see over the next few days here, or at least the next few runs of this, the chances of getting an inch of snow from the system increases until it eventually moves out. So you can see some areas in Colorado, New Mexico, northern Texas, western Oklahoma, western Kansas, actually all except for eastern Kansas, and parts of Nebraska are all in this range of at least having a chance of receiving some sort of snowfall out of this system. So let's move on here through this. You can see that threat diminishing as the storm system moves on. Then we eventually focus back in on the Northeast, but this really hasn't caught up to that yet. So let's move on here to the NAM 3-kilometer model. So we're going to be looking at this system, but you can see Dane starting to move out. That's basically the main headliner with Dane today. It's going to move out. Now this next system, you see the low pressure right there, pulls up some moisture from the Gulf, has that moisture already in place. That's the wintry side. What's right now it's affecting Colorado and New Mexico. That's the wintry side. Then you have the stormy side on the other hand, that is getting pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico, also kind of fueling the wintry side as well, but that diminishes into Thursday. So the main time frame for this is going to be early. Let's say that this all starts at around, let's see here, 5 a.m. on Wednesday, so about the time that you're seeing this video, if you watch right at the premiere, through, let's say, late afternoon on Thursday. Then we start to see this make the cross-country trek. There's a low pressure up north that'll be contributing as well. Now if we move on to the 12-kilometer model, you can see those two storm systems kind of collide a bit. Low pressure is moving out to sea, which could be a good sign. Maybe the Northeast could tap into some of that snowfall, but I doubt it. Or at least the I-95 corridor in the Northeast. I think this will be a very interior Northeast type storm, and the GFS kind of concurs with that. You can see here that it's kind of showing the same areas getting hit, but on the other side you have areas of upstate New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine getting hit pretty hard by this storm system. But I think overall the GFS thinks this will be more of a soaker then a snowstorm. But overall with the GFS, you can see another snowstorm here. That's December 12th, 11th and 12th. Then you have the back end of that still affecting the area through the 14th. And then you get this little snippet here in the northeast. Now this is very far away. This is the 15th, but that could see some impacts, especially since it's during the week. But yeah, that is about it for the GFS. So let's move on here to the European model. We are back, we are back, we are back. Pivotal weather. Alright, so we are going to, let's do that. And then moving on here, you can see Dane, and then the European model showing that system right there. Moving through the south, moves off the coast a little bit later than the GFS. The GFS has this thing a little bit further south. And then we can see that the European model has this being a huge deal for especially New York here, with very high snow totals per 1 hour. And that moves out. So let's do something real quick. Let's do the model compare model. Why won't it let me do that? Oh, well, that's sad. But that I guess that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.